early stage after only a short follow-up. And I think I'd thought that possibly the Bristol patients might do slightly better.
Obviously, we're concerned because we still have the same belief as we did before, despite the study, that coming to us certainly will do no harm and may well do some good. I think the main thesis that we work with patients is uplifting spirit and giving hope where maybe despair has taken its place.
Scientists now believe that a study of the psychological makeup of patients attending the centre could help explain the unexpected results unveiled today.
And the main news again. Saddam Hussein has again called for a holy war. He said 6 million Iraqis were ready to fight and that they'd be victorious. And another convoy of Britons is tonight making its way from Kuwait to Baghdad. Newsnight is on BBC2 at 10:30. Overnight developments in breakfast news tomorrow morning from 6:30. But that's the 9 o'clock news. Good night.
With continuing concern over the Gulf crisis, Parliament is being recalled for the first time since the Falklands War. Tomorrow afternoon, Margaret Thatcher and Neil Kinnock face each other at the start of a two-day debate. And there'll be coverage of many of the major speeches in the Gulf debate in a special programme on BBC2, live from the Commons, starting at 2:30.
From Newsroom South East, the main stories this evening. Relatives of the 51 people who died in the Marchioness disaster have criticised a decision by Westminster Council to scrap their helpline. The line, which has had 1,100 calls so far, will be cut off in January.
We still, 13 months on, have no idea how or why this disaster happened. Until we know the answers to those questions, the bereaved parents and survivors cannot lay their children to rest, and they need that help until such time as they feel that they can carry on. There is a minimal national guideline of 2 years, and we feel that the helpline should at least go on for 2 years.
Britain's largest water company, Thames Water, is to be prosecuted for allegedly polluting 3 southeast rivers. The new pollution watchdog, the National Rivers Authority, claimed that samples from sewage treatment plants at Chesham, Bovingdon and Crawley failed to meet the required standards. A North London man has appeared before Highbury Corner magistrates charged with murdering 2 women and dumping their bodies in a car. Michael Shorey from Upper Holloway was remanded in custody for a week. He's accused of killing Elaine Forsyth and Patricia Morrison. Their bodies were found near the flat they shared in Grenville Road in Holloway. 100 school children in Hackney, East London, were sent home today because of teacher shortages. The children are in 4 classes at Laburnum Infants and Seabright Infants. More than 200 gay protesters staged a 2-hour kiss-in at Piccadilly Circus earlier this evening. They say that an increasing number of homosexuals are being arrested for public displays of affection. The demonstration passed without incident. And that's all from Newsroom South East for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow in Breakfast News, but from now, from me, good night.
Good evening. Well, weather fronts are literally racing their way across the country overnight tonight. This evening's weather map has 2 on, but this second one is in fact moving faster than the first. It'll catch up with it, amalgamate with it, and both will sweep their way east of the country by the time we get through to tomorrow morning. The low pressure itself, though, will still be anchored, fairly slow moving up near northern Scotland, so wet and windy weather still in offer up there, I'm afraid, right through the coming night and tomorrow as well. Indeed, a good deal of rain up in the north, particularly over the mountains, and a band of it stretches down the western side of England and Wales. That will continue to feed eastwards, heading out in towards the North Sea by the end of the night. Quite an arc of cloud and rain still around, though, just on the very eastern edge of East Anglia, through Shetland, and then curling back into this western side of Scotland. Now, many other areas will, I think, tend to see the cloud breaking up later in the night, but there'll still be a scattering of showers around some of these western coasts. And the wind will continue to pick up in the far northwest too, in fact gale force at times late in the night. And with the wind and also the rain up there, temperatures dropping slowly down to 10 or 11 over Scotland, perhaps as low as 9 in some sheltered spots of Northern Ireland, in general 11 to 13 over much of England and Wales. Now tomorrow it's really a matter of sunshine and showers from the word go. Most of the showers in the northwest. Two main exceptions, Shetland, where it'll be wet for much of the morning, but then brighten up later in the day. And some rain too in western Scotland, sliding down through Glasgow and maybe even just managing to get into parts of the southern uplands by the end of the afternoon. At the same time, allowing some brightness to come into the far northeast. The showers, starting off mainly in the west, will punch their way eastwards and set off in many regions later on tomorrow, really pushed across by some strong winds across much of the country, gale force winds in the north, perhaps even severe gale force winds in parts of the northwest. And when we've got those winds bringing most of the showers onto these western and northern coastlines, we'll see the coolest weather again tomorrow.
Radio Times, the easiest and quickest guide to the new season.
This week, the story behind my winning shots, but they weren't made with this.
And read what I like to do when Compo has a day off.
What would it be like if men could have babies? In Screen 1, I come pretty close to finding out.
At last, the competition you've been waiting for. Get set to win thousands of pounds worth of clothes. Radio Times, the most stylish way to put yourself in the picture.
Now on BBC1 Inside Story. Tonight's programme investigates death through drunk driving and the effectiveness of the laws that describe victims of alcohol-related accidents as incidental deaths.